SuperStuff.
Hey guys, I'm 1/5 of the Swedish Mafia.
I'm the soul of a man who died 45 years ago in a Shoney's bathroom.
I'm Hermes. Hey Hermes, how fast can you run? Really fast.
I'm the 9th member of BTS.
Hello, I'm Jesus H. Christ. The H stands for Jesus. Yes, that's right. My full name is Jesus Jesus Christ. Not to be confused with Jesus Christ. He is my brother.
And welcome to SuperStuff.
I hate it.
Welcome to the show.
Insert SuperStuff clip here.
We have officially. That's right. We have officially taken away the doo-doo-doo-doo because we have a new one now.
We're kind
Budget cuts, man.
I know. Well, budget cut.
We cut
Landlord
the
wasn't
entire intro department. Like
All the money went to the budget for cats.
It all went to the bad CGI cats. Oh my god. Okay, so today is the first ever episode that we have all 5 Super Adventure Brothers on the podcast.
It's a very momentous occasion.
Sound off, Tonray.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Philip.
Hi.
Anthony. Sean. Okay, so today is going to be a podcast about the Marvel panel that came out today, July 20th, 2019. That's today's date.
Yep.
I had a bunch of clients sign that in the book today.
Cool,
So, today's date was July 20th, 2019, and it's when the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 panel came out. So we're going to be discussing the movies that have so far been confirmed as the panel is going on right now. So, Tonray, why don't you give us a good list of the movies that have already been confirmed? Go.
Well, we were talking about this. And
Thank you,
weren't in
Tonray.
here.
I'm kidding. Go on, man.
Well, we're gonna start off with the one that you weren't in here to hear about.
No way.
It's been announced. Blade with Marshala Ali, who played.
Seriously?
He played the bad guy in
Yeah.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I'm so stoked about that.
I thought
Wow.
he
Okay,
was a wrestler.
so that everything that you just said was so incorrect.
No, man, that's CM Punk.
Hey to the
Anyway.
Like, I'm super stoked about this.
George, guess what you think my favorite wrestler is?
It's Shawn Michaels.
No,
Isn't
it's
it?
Umaga.
Mine's Boogeyman.
That's a fair pick.
I actually loved Umaga and freaking what was his face? The
Great Khali.
Yeah,
Yep.
I loved them.
Okay, so Marvel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What you know? I mean, the
Blade, though.
Umaga movie that just got announced.
Blade, though, man, that sounds dope.
So they casted one of the guys from the Luke Cage TV show.
yeah.
Yes, which is
So
dope.
does that mean they're just gonna like kind of shove those under the rug and not really?
Well, I've heard rumors about including Daredevil into the Marvel Cinematic
They have.
Universe.
Here's
They
the
need
problem,
to.
with
It's so
the
good.
same actor because he was so good.
He's so
But
good.
I also heard a rumor that they're trashing every other series, which I hate that.
I don't think
I
they
love
are.
the guy that played Punisher. I thought he was perfect.
I thought Jessica
I
Jones did a
hated-
good job too.
I hated that show because it made me uncomfortable.
The Punisher. I thought it was great.
See,
I think it was
I
exactly
thought
what the Punisher
I
needed
thought
to
it
be.
was good, and I thought it was good for the Punisher. But I get really uncomfortable
Oh,
in intense,
yeah.
violent
It's a
situations,
lot of
like
it.
the scene where he drags the guy's face across the mirror. I had to turn it off and stop
I don't
watching.
know.
Hey,
I was like, ugh.
Jigsaw's origin, baby.
I could feel it happening.
Yeah,
and
it's bad.
I couldn't do it.
I will say this. I hope if
We know
they're
you're
smart
excited
about
for
this,
Blade. But
Well, I hope that Wesley Snipes does a cameo at some point.
Oh, he has to.
well, see, and I didn't hate those movies.
I love
they were
the
good.
first two.
I
The first two
really
are
need
great.
Morbius to be the villain, so he can also be a Spider-Man villain.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was going to say.
That'd be a good
Because
connection.
if they're still doing the Morbius.
That's
The vampire.
that's the vampire. Well, they're doing that Morbius movie with Jared Leto.
But what I think
Ew.
will happen.
Isn't that's Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Sony movie.
Oh.
It's by the same it's by the same director as Venom.
I can't wait to hear how Jared
and-
Leto like goes full absolutely mental and convinces people that he's an actual
Exactly.
vampire.
like I do.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he full on.
I love Orbeez.
They cast him as Morbius, and there's a movie coming out called Morbius and something else. It's got Black Cat in it from Spider-Man.
See, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Sony's really just playing, let's see how many Spider-Man characters we can cram into movies that kind of resemble the comics.
Dude, don't even get me started on my rant about Venom. I feel about Venom the same way I feel about the Joker. I love those characters. Stop using them.
Yeah.
We've
Venom.
seen
Put him on break
enough.
for a minute.
Yeah, like, give me Jackal. Give me more Mysterio. Give me another Doc Ock. I'm sick of Venom.
I like Electro.
It's Jackal.
Electro
Jackal?
or Shocker.
Jackal.
I don't know.
Or
I'd
Scorpion
say
or
give
Vulture.
give a break to Electro after Jamie Foxx, man.
Good lord.
Oh god.
The video game did him justice, though. PS4
The video
Spider-Man.
game-
Oh
was
yeah,
great.
no,
That
that was
was-
beautiful.
Okay.
But
Spider-Man
Electro's
PS4
part of
game.
the Sinister Six, isn't he?
It
I mean,
depends,
most
it depends on which route they take.
I
That's
think
true.
the original Sinister Six he was. I'll
Yeah,
do a little
he
research,
definitely
but
is.
I'm pretty sure he was.
If they do the
I
Sinister
hope
Six
Rhino
where they're
looks
all
good.
animals,
Wait, they already had Rhino, didn't they?
No, he was in. Well, he was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Huh? No, it's my laptop is low power. No,
Behind
it's
the
fine. Y'all can
scenes.
keep talking.
But yeah, no. I forget what I was.
but
talking about.
listen, if they do the Sinister Six with with just the animals, you know, they could introduce Chameleon,
Yeah.
I'd love Chameleon.
Chameleon would be good.
That's
Yes.
a really good villain to
Vulture,
do stuff with.
Chameleon, Vulture, Rhino. I'm sure Kraven would probably be.
Craven's got it.
Yeah.
Craven's got to be at some point. I would love it.
Scorpion.
I would
and-
absolutely love it if they
Scorpion,
have
yeah.
Craven
Green
start out
Goblin.
as a villain and then turn into
I
an
don't.
ally.
I really
later
don't
on.
think they're going to
I'd
go
like
Green
that.
Goblin route at all.
I know they won't.
If they
but
do it, it's going to be a little bit.
Actually, no. Sean and I have been talking about this.
I can dream.
I think our theory is kind of stupid, though.
It's stupid,
Now
but-
that I think of it.
We
Ned's
thought,
parents are.
no, not Ned's.
Flash.
Flash's parents
Are the
are.
Osborns?
We think.
I think Flash's parents could be, and I also think Ned's parents could be, because
Ned's like Harry.
well,
I think they're going to be like Ned.
He's Asian.
in the MCU, Ned is canonically adopted by a family.
Right.
No one knows who his parents are yet, but he's canonically an adopted character, and he's Peter's best friend. He could easily be the adopted son of Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
I'd love it if they just brought in James Franco.
But like,
to play to play Norman Osborn.
No,
Yes.
just to play James Franco as the Green Goblin.
I think they need to bring in Mark Wahlberg, and there needs to be a scene at Wahlburgers. That's
Wahlberg.
But anyway, like, back to the Blade thing.
Oh yeah.
Morbius. If they could have Morbius is getting his own movie. I don't know when it's coming out, but they might scrap it and then just kind of throw him in with Blade.
yeah.
I'd like that.
I'd be okay with that.
I would be.
I wish Marvel would just buy
Okay, so
Sony.
the original Sinister Six
Really?
are not at all who you think they would be.
They're Electro, Vulture, Rhino, Doc Ock.
Kingpin.
Am I right so far?
You have gotten not a single one right.
Really?
It's Gog, Boomerang, Savage 6, Trapster, Spot, and Bybeast.
So a guy named Savage.
That
is
was
in
the
Sinister
original
Six?
Sinister Six.
Show me
All right, so who are we
Right
going to
now,
cast
right?
for those characters?
No,
What actors
no.
do we think?
That was one of the Sinister
Vin
Six.
Diesel would make a good Bybeast.
That was one of the iterations of it. The original one was Dr. Octopus, Electro, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio, Sandman, and Vulture.
Okay, I completely forgot about Sandman. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
Spider-Man 3 should have been a Sandman
and then
movie.
the second Sinister Six was the same
was the
people,
best part of that movie.
except
Yeah, he
instead of
was.
Kraven, Hobgoblin. And then the third Sinister Six was the same people, except instead of Sandman, Gog.
You know,
And then it was Gog, and then there was the Sinister 7, and the Sinister 4, the Sinister 12.
I would love it if they somehow
Weird numbers.
that I would love for them to use the Sinister Six to relaunch Fantastic Four.
My favorite
Oh, yeah.
Sinister Six
I
was
just want to
the...
see good Fantastic
it was-
Four.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to see it in my lifetime.
My favorite
Bombastic
Sinister Six,
Batman.
however, was the Animal Sinister Six. It was Dr. Octopus, Lizard, Scorpion, Vulture,
Chameleon.
Kraven the Hunter, and Rhino. That was my favorite Sinister Six. I
Yeah.
loved it because
Can I say
it was
something
like an
real quick?
African
course.
theme.
You know what would be dope?
Huh.
Is now that he's done playing Cap, if he came back and did Human Torch,
the Human
again,
Torch. he
I
slimmed
think that
down.
would be
he
the
slimmed down.
greatest thing
That would be
ever.
Hilarious.
I think
He's
he
not
should
young
definitely
enough
make a
anymore.
cameo. at
Oh,
some
of
point.
course.
He's not young enough anymore, though.
True.
Philip, he's not
But-
actually that old at the end
God.
of that game.
But
It's fake. It's
now-
movie magic.
It's the Face app.
Now that we're 10 minutes into the,
The whole movie was
podcast
made
and
in
haven't
face
even
app.
discussed the theme that we were supposed to do, tell us some more of the movies that are being
yeah.
on, Ray.
I completely forgot.
We got through Blade, and that's all.
Sort
that
of.
we're doing.
The tentative date for this is May 1st, 2020, but it says just announced in Hall H. Marvel Studios' Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson, David Harbour, and other people.
David Harbour, he's in Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew about this because there was a rumor about what villain a certain actor was playing, and then the rumored actor was David Harbour, and the villain is Taskmaster.
Yes. That's good.
And I personally think David Harbour would be a perfect Taskmaster.
I cannot wait for
Taskmaster in Deadpool?
Yes.
I've been waiting for that for like ever since I started watching Marvel.
Oh man, we're never gonna have a Deadpool, Wolverine, and Cap.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We're never gonna have a Project X
movie. Yeah.
We never say never.
No, we totally could.
But it'll be
make a
Falcon.
prequel.
It could be a flashback.
There's no. Well, I guess
There's always.
It could just be an alternate universe.
Ooh. Speaking of Wolverine, I heard a nasty little rumor about who might be playing Wolverine in the upcoming X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And it's... Do you remember the
Keanu Reeves.
No.
That would be cool. I'd be 100%
I would hate that. Because he's 6 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Wolverine needs to be like 5 feet.
Have him go on his knees.
That's the only complaint I had about Hugh Jackman.
You can
he
make
was a tall guy.
the
Wolverine's a
Hobbits
short,
were
stubby
tall.
guy.
The Hobbits were taller actors.
Yeah, I guess, but that would take a lot.
I hate you
That would
so
take a
barely.
lot of Steve or Chris Evans
Hugh Jacksman's
slimming
not
down
that tall.
CGI.
He's shorter
Did you
than
see
Keanu.
The Greatest Showman?
No. I
Hugh
couldn't
Jackman's
scale
super
it.
tall, but
Jackman is 6 feet 2 inches tall.
That's not super tall.
I'm so glad the
taller than
microphone
me.
picked that up. That's
I'm
like so
tall.
awesome. Anyway, no, it was. Do you remember when in Captain America: The First Avenger when he was with what was the group of fighters that he was with? What was the name of them?
Oh,
You know who I'm talking
I know
about.
who you're talking about.
It's the guy with the mutton chops. The shorter guy with the mutton chops.
like that.
His name in the movie was Logan.
Really?
But, his canonic name was Logan, but they never even mentioned Wolverine. There was a rumor that he might be playing Wolverine, because they're bringing back a lot of old actors from the original movies, as we
noticed
saw
that.
in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you know that actor's
Jake
name?
Gyllenhaal?
I don't.
Wait. Oh no, the guy that was getting screamed at.
Yeah, stop moving that around. I can hear it on the microphone. It's very annoying.
I like it.
You're so stupid.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm kidding. It is annoying, but you're not stupid.
Who's annoying now?
But anyway,
me.
back to the original task at hand.
Black
In the
Widow.
Black Widow movie, Hawkeye will be making an appearance.
Well, they'll be. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to end with the scene that they always talk about when Hawkeye had the choice to kill her and then he saved her instead.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's would be how it ended, or close to the ending.
I think Budapest is definitely going to be involved.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's got to. Go on, though.
On to the next one. The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
The series.
The
Excited
series
for
will be
that.
awesome.
They changed the name of this for a temporary time, but then they changed it back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. It was called Cap and Bucky for a second.
Nice.
And then they changed it back to Falcon and Winter
So
Soldier.
it's kind of misleading.
Yeah, Cap and Bucky, yeah. But then they changed it back to Falcon and Winter Soldier because he's going to be Captain America in this movie.
I'm
But-
so excited.
Did you not
to
see the
it.
video? Oh, I played a video earlier where it showed the dude who played Falcon talking about he had just gotten fitted for his cap suit.
Yeah,
And he said it felt awesome. He said it was awesome.
Anthony Mackie's such a great. He's so funny.
He's so good.
So
Did you
great.
guys see him? He was in Black Mirror, the season 3 of Black Mirror.
He's got a new movie out on Netflix. I think it's called Point Break or something. Not Point Break.
Point Break?
Sounds familiar. Point Break.
It just came out. It's on Netflix. I just watched it. He plays like a
What
nurse.
you looking for, Sean?
That noise.
I think it's your laptop. Yeah.
It's my laptop fan.
Yeah.
I can hear it in the
You gotta
microphone.
learn. You got a powerful laptop. It's gonna
But I'm guessing that
make noise.
Falcon and Winter Soldier will pick up. I'm not sure how. Probably, I'm going to say
I think it's
a
gonna
year
take,
after.
I think it's going to take place between the events of Winter Soldier and Civil War.
That'd be interesting.
But why go back that far though?
Why not?
Knowing the fate of Captain America already, I feel like it's going to take place after he's already got the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I feel like-
Oh yeah,
continuation.
it's got to take place after he gets the shield.
Yeah, because
Duh.
he's not Captain America before that.
Did Tanner tell you about him, Mackie getting fitted for his Captain America
Yeah.
suit?
He just
so-
said
I just said that.
that.
We
Yeah.
watched the video before you guys showed up.
He was so excited about it. But I think it's just going to take place. And I think it's also going to be a lot of Bucky trying to come to terms with all the stuff that he's done.
I can't wait to see Bucky's story just
Like
come
his
full
arc.
circle. Yeah,
I think there'll
Bucky's
be a lot
always
of
been one of my
flashbacks.
favorites from the universe.
I want him to clear his
Bucky's
mind. I
past.
want him to clear his thoughts and
Sebastian
possibly.
Stan could not have been cast more perfectly. As
No,
exactly.
I mean you can say that about tons and
we've
tons
met
of
the
roles.
guy. He's
He's so dope.
you know.
All right, on to the next one.
No, Sean, the audience does not know the hand gesture. You just-
November 6th, 2020, The Eternals, with Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Laura Ridloff, Brian Tyree Henry, Selma Hayek. That's going to be done.
Read that list again because I'm trying to figure out who's going to play Hercules.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
I think that's who it's going to be.
It's got to be.
If not her, it's Selma Hayek.
Fuck you. Read the list.
Richard Madden.
It's Richard Madden.
I think it's going to be.
You mean the guy that's been in
Who else
football?
did they
or-
cast?
I heard Millie Bobby Brown was going to be in it as Piper, but it's not on that list. And I also heard Keanu Reeves was supposed to be in it.
Well,
No
Keanu
lie,
Reeves is supposed to be in everything.
I genuinely heard these two people.
Okay.
but-
I know I've heard them talk Marvel Universe talking about how Keanu Reeves
They
is
have
going to be in there
plans for
somehow.
Keanu Reeves. They also have plans for Matthew McConaughey.
I think Keanu
I
Reeves
can't-
is gonna
I
be
heard Matthew
Warlock.
McConaughey was rumored to play Adam Warlock, and
Oh.
I personally don't hate it because he's a beautiful,
I'd have to
beautiful
see it.
man, but he's a special kind of actor.
Yeah.
You wouldn't cast James Franco to play Tony Stark. You know?
Why the hell not?
Because Robert Downey Jr. is a god.
Because then, you have to brought in Seth Rogen.
As Captain America.
Come on, tell me that wouldn't make
Wait,
it.
Seth Rogen is Captain America?
Where's my fucking shield?
Could you imagine?
Steve, we're going to give you the super soldier syndrome.
Yeah, that would be just great.
Have you guys
I
seen
lost
the
my
video?
weed! I lost my weed!
No, hold on. I have an army. We have some blunts.
Have you ever seen the video
Jonah
of
Hill
Seth,
as Hulk.
Have you ever seen the video of Seth Rogen shoving down the mall cop and running away?
Great.
So good.
It's hilarious because he's angry at the beginning, shoves his mall cop down, and then here, as he's running away.
It's like Peter Griffin
He
laugh.
really is a real life Peter Griffin.
All right.
Next movie?
February 12th, 2021, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
That's the one I'm
See,
excited
I'm
for. the
Excited.
most.
Legend
Do
of
you
the
think
Ten
they're going
Rings.
to
Are
bring
they
back
going to
the
do
real
Mandarin?
Mandarin for that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mandarin's
real
the
Mandarin?
villain. Yeah, Mandarin's the villain.
Dope.
Oh,
Finally.
Like the real
Finally.
Mandarin.
The real Mandarin.
Finally.
Like this,
Why
like
couldn't
Same
Banana
actor?
be
Or
the
not
villain?
same actor?
No, not Kingsley.
Not Ben
Kingsley's
Kingsley.
not the real, because he wasn't the real one.
Right.
Not some British dude. But
Dumbass name.
Although
after
to give Iron Man 3 credit for that, if you're gonna cast somebody in that, Ben Kingsley's a pretty
he
good
played it
shout.
pretty
Yeah.
badass. I will say this. And hear me out on this. I know why they're doing this. Marvel is smart about this. You realize that I'm gonna say probably a fifth of the world's population is probably Chinese.
Word.
Maybe.
Why not come out with a superhero?
I think, literally, it's a seventh of the population because there are 1 billion people that live in China. And the population's 7.5
There's 2
billion
billion.
right now. Really? 2 billion
There's
in
2 million
China?
people that
Whole
live in
billion.
China and India.
Oh my god.
so. Just think about how much money they're going to make just from China alone.
Word.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Spring 2021, WandaVision.
Word.
Cool.
That's gonna be dope.
I heard it's set in the 70s in a completely different timeline. I heard it's
Why
not
would that
even-
happen? Because then that means she's going to be a kid.
Right, but
Which would be
no.
weird.
Really
I
blow
heard
the line.
it's set in a completely different storyline. I heard it's not even relevant
Like
to
different
the MCU.
universe.
Do you think they could
Like
do?
I heard it's going to be a cartoon.
Do you think they could do Gray Vision, like emotionless, like without the Soul Stone Vision, who just has no feelings or anything and is barely even human, and the whole thing's gonna be? Never mind. It sounds stupid. I read a theory about it where they were gonna do, because at the end of Infinity War, when he gets it ripped out of his head, he turns completely gray. So if they were gonna bring him back, and
they're
do
not.
a,
They're not doing a bringing him back thing. I think they're gonna either do their time in Russia together when they were hiding, or it's going to be a completely separate thing. I think Vision's perma-dead.
You think
Yeah,
so?
I-
He's a robot. They
Vision,
could. I mean, they
Iron
could
Man-
bring him back no matter
Vision,
what.
Iron
Yeah.
Man, Black Widow, and Captain America will never be in a new MCU movie that takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. If it takes place before the events of that movie, free game. But after there, no way.
I think of all
once
those
they get
Vision-
to
I
new
thought
Avengers,
they're
the new
contracted,
Avengers, when they get to the timeline, I totally think they're going to bring back RDJ as a AI.
You think so?
Oh, I guarantee it.
There's a lot of people that have been saying that, but I'm not.
He's a huge part of that. Like you can't.
Well,
have...
yeah, I definitely think Spider-Man's going to be like the central focus, but I think like
for
Illuminati.
this phase.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like maybe like phase 12. Like
God.
down the
Could
road.
you imagine?
Like
Jesus.
super far away.
What our lives are going to be like in Phase 12?
I straight up had a really, really disgusting thought the other day. There's going to be a time in history where we're going to be dead and there's still going to be Marvel movies coming out.
Don't
and we're
say that.
Not going to get to watch them.
No, that sucks.
That's the only reason I'd
Well,
want to be
Sean,
immortal.
Fuck you for even thinking that.
I get really, really depressed.
I just realized I won't be able to
When
play.
Think about stuff like
Damn
that.
it! I just realized I won't be able to play Smash Bros. 28.
Oh god, when they finally add in Steve from Minecraft.
Okay, can we pause for a second?
No.
Listen.
I don't edit my podcast.
Listen to this.
Stop slamming your hand on the table, god damn it.
That was my penis.
Okay.
Easily mistaken.
All right, but what?
Before the Blade
This one's
announcement,
not going to get monetized.
Kevin Feige says there's so much more to talk about, such as Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Fantastic Four, and even Mutants 2.
Oh, buff.
Talk about a teaser. Like,
Don't call it a comeback. Kevin Feige back with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and with something else. Crap.
They're really like they're really bringing down the like hammer on resetting the X-Men
Yeah.
because they're doing it comics, movies, everything.
I'm so glad. Okay, Grace, if you're listening, please do not listen to the next 15 seconds of this podcast. I'm so glad Phoenix tanked because it really allows the Marvel Cinematic Universe to completely reset the X-Men. Because Dark Phoenix was so
Bad.
I
bad.
still don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
I watched it. It was terrible.
Dark Phoenix tanked so
Sorry.
bad.
You watched X-Men Last Stand, right?
Yes.
Worse.
Dark Phoenix tanked
Worse than Origins
so
Wolverine?
bad. Wolverine, I actually
It was
like
okay.
Wolverine.
It was X-Men Origins Dark Phoenix.
Oh god, they should on it. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on.
X-Men Origins Jean Grey is what that movie should have been called.
Sorry, babe.
I'll tell you this. It takes so bad that when I went to see Spider-Man Far Away From Home and I got my popcorn, they gave me a Dark Phoenix bucket because they were...
They were just giving it away. Straight up though, when
I'm
Grace
jealous.
sees this movie, she's going to be very, very disappointed.
Has she still not seen it yet?
No, she's been in the hospital for a month. And
By the way,
forgetting.
Anthony, I'm going to give you that bucket to give to her so she can have it. Yes. Anyway,
And then it's like free gift to give to my girlfriend so I don't have to buy her anything.
Don't say that out loud.
When I was in high school in the drum line, we had a bucket that we threw our insults to each other in. That way we didn't have any hostility while we were rehearsing. We called it the Fuck It Bucket, and we read them at the end of the year and then like laughed about it.
Nice.
There were a lot about me my senior year.
I still cry. when
I
think
can
about it.
imagine.
What
Your
did they
senior
say?
year that you were at
Oh no,
PHS, not in bands.
my sophomore year, not my senior year. The last year I was at Wayne High School is
Okay.
what I meant.
What did yours say?
Lots of stuff from lots of girls on the drum line.
Man, your dick is so big. I knew an
Anyway,
animal. Her name was Roxanne. Ah.
coming spring 2021, Marvel announced Loki, an original series with Tom Hiddleston,
Okay.
which I'm guessing is going to be animated.
No. Yeah,
My guess would be.
who knows?
I don't know.
I'm not really excited.
You know what?
about
I'd
that
love
one.
it if it was just like 12 or 20 episodes of just Loki's dead body floating through space.
I seriously hope it's like a
That or just his numerous. It's like a Wile E. Coyote rumor, him trying to kill Thor.
I'd
like that,
I think
honestly.
it's
That'd be
kind of
bad.
like I think it's going to be like a teenagers thing, like Thor and Loki as teenagers. I think that would be cool.
That would
but
low-key
I'm really
be
not
amazing.
too excited for
Yeah,
the
Ooh,
Loki
very
series.
smooth. I like that.
That was the weakest.
All right, we're gonna skip
That
to
was
this next
literally
one.
such a weak high five. It happened right here in this atmosphere, right above the
Above the
microphone, and
microphone.
I didn't hear it in my headphones.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Anyway,
You'll never
Like-
know. You'll never know that was a clap.
That was louder than the high five.
May 7th, 2021, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness,
Thanos
yeah.
be like,
starring Benedict
Nice.
Cumberbatch and Elizabeth
That was-
Olsen, meaning Scarlet Witch is going to be kicking it with.
how do you know she's playing Scarlet Witch?
Because I read something right before when you were out there saying that Scarlet Witch will have a huge role in Doctor Strange 2.
Okay, just saying, just
Why
because
would
Just
she-
don't assume.
why would
Just-
she play
that's all I'm
anybody
saying.
else?
just because Chris Hemsworth is in a
Well,
Thor movie doesn't mean he's
Josh
playing
Brolin.
Thor.
Exactly.
Josh Brolin was Thanos and
Batman.
Cable.
And they did say that the only part of the Fox universe that they're keeping is the Deadpool universe. They're not touching X-Men. They're just leaving it in the dirt.
Because
But they're
were like,
bringing Ryan
Deadpool
Reynolds
will
over.
make us money.
They're bringing Ryan Reynolds over, and they're making him a producer.
That's a good idea.
He's going
Wait,
to produce his
Phil?
own movies.
Yeah,
Can we-
well, which is great because the Fox didn't want the original. They didn't want the writers for Deadpool on set. They didn't want to pay him, so Ryan Reynolds paid them out of his paycheck to be.
And Ryan Reynolds was one
what's-
of the top guys saying we need a Deadpool movie for years.
He has researched that role like Tom Holland has researched his Spider-Man.
I was going to say, Tom Holland put so much time and effort. Like, sent them numerous videos of him doing acrobatics.
I'm so glad he's
all kinds of
Spider-Man.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
There was a video recently of him at a pawn shop buying an issue of Spider-Man of Amazing Fantasy #1.
That's adorable.
And he was like, "Hey, I bought this the other day. I'm Tom." And then I was like,
Is that how he said it?
"Yeah, he's Australian.
No, I mean
No, he's not.
just ending it with "I'm Tom."
He's
Did you
totally,
say no,
he's totally
not.
Australian."
No.
He's British.
He's British.
He's not.
Oh,
I
Australian.
can see how you get those two mixed up.
But he's not.
That's very racist, Tonray.
When you
I have to say.
We don't all know each
Deny.
other.
I'm Spider-Man. The dingo's going to eat your baby, but I'm going to save him.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're going to go put the shrimp on the barbie and then I'm going to go eat the
Oh, you're Spider-Man, aren't you?
You just clipped the shit out of the
that was
mic.
the idea.
Next movie.
Okay.
The What If
That was so
series.
fucking-
Yes. What if? One of my favorite comic series.
It says
ever.
with Jeffrey Wright as the voice of the Watcher and many actors from across the MCU reprising their roles as voice
I
talent.
seriously hope that they do a couple of the actual What If comic series because there's so many.
Well, I
good
guarantee
ones.
that they're going
There's
to.
Iron Punisher. What if Tony Stark was a Sorcerer Supreme? What
They could
if
totally bring back RDJ for that.
That's
Oh my
too
God,
much power
yeah.
for him.
there's also what if Bruce Banner was Spider-Man and Peter Parker was Hulk? That's one of my favorite ones ever. It's so good because the Hulk ends up being like a self-conscious, anxiety-ridden, huge guy,
love
and
that.
Bruce and Peter Parker Spider-Man ends up being like an evil monster that like the Hulk is trying to stop. It's a complete role reversal and it's so awesome.
I love it.
Coming-
It's such a good. Oh, I love it so much.
Coming fall 2021, Hawkeye. Jeremy
Meh,
Renner will be
move
in
on.
the original series.
Oh.
Wow.
No,
How dare you?
Hawkeye has needed a movie since the first phase.
Hawkeye.
I'm really excited. for that.
I don't know if it's a movie. I think it's just a series. But
Still,
I would
Do
love
you think
to.
that's going to help set up
I
his
hope-
daughter becoming Hawkeye?
I
think
hope they
it's
do
good.
that in end credit scenes.
I think it's going to be set between the events of Infinity War and Endgame.
If they're smart-
between the events of the beginning of Endgame and when they find out he's Ronin. I think it's going
So,
to take
like,
place.
it's just going to be him being
It's
Ronin?
going to be him being
And just
Ronin
destroying
in Japan.
people?
And I love one of my favorite subtleties in Endgame is when he calls his daughter Hawkeye. That is the first time that word has ever been said in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is when he called his daughter Hawkeye. No one has ever called him Hawkeye. They've called him Clint. They've called him Barton. They've even called him Agent 51. They've never called him Hawkeye.
I swear.
They called him the
Not
Hawk.
once.
They
Black
called
Hawk.
him the Hawk or something like that.
Never
they used
once
Hawk.
did they call him Hawkeye.
They used something like
said-
they never said Hawkeye,
they-
but they said something
I
in
swear
Thor.
Natasha said some like, "Hey,
No.
Hawkeye."
In the Avengers movie, Nick Fury goes, "Where's the Hawk?"
Yeah, that's what
and
it is.
then Agent Coulson goes, "In his nest," and that's the only time.
Yep.
But other than that, Hawkeye is never said until he calls his daughter Hawkeye.
And finally, the moment we all got excited and hyped for,
Thor.
Thor 4,
Yes.
Love and Thunder.
Yes.
And the
so
kicker for
excited.
this is that Jane is coming back, and she will be being Thor.
And not
That's
only is
crazy.
Jane coming back, it's actually Natalie Portman. She's
Yeah.
actually
That's
coming
pretty
back.
dope.
I'm so stoked on this because first of all, I hope he gets his mace. Second of all, I hope Beta Ray Bill makes an appearance. Third of all,
Hope Throg makes an appearance.
Thor is with the Guardians
Throg
of the
has to
Galaxy
make an
now.
Oh yeah.
So is Thor going to be Guardians 4 too, or what?
I think Guardians 3 is going to be Thor 4. I don't think Guardians 3 is going to happen now. I think it's just going to be Thor 4. And I think the villain's going to be Adam Warlock.
No, they've already said they're doing Guardians 3.
Well, then Thor's going to be in 2 more movies already.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's with the Guardians right now. And there's also going to be
That's
Thor
insane.
4. Hold on.
Thor 4 might be him returning to
Wha-
Valkyrie,
but-
or Valkyrie coming to
But
help
what
him.
if Guardians 3 is Thor with the Guardians, and like that's the whole thing. What if Thor 4 doesn't even have Chris Hemsworth in it? What if it's just a Jane Foster movie?
Whoa.
And he died.
No.
And then Thor's reveal Jane Foster in Guardians.
Yeah. What if Thor 4
my
is Jane
God.
Foster being Thor, and Chris Hemsworth is not even in the movie until like an end credit scene? And in Guardians 3, that's when Chris Hemsworth reprises his role as Thor. But in Thor 4, Jane Foster is Thor the whole time, and that's why it's called Love and Thunder.
You know what I'd love?
Whoa.
If they did some misdirection. What was...
Because it's his love interest, and she becomes the god of thunder. Boom! That's why it's called Love and Thunder. It's going to be such a good movie, and I just predicted every single moment.
I'd love it if they just completely swerved everybody. And what was Jane's friend's name? The quirky one with the glasses?
Oh, God.
If she becomes Thor?
Kat Denning.
Yeah, that's what
I can't think of her
Loved
character's
her.
name, but I loved her.
My favorite part of Thor: The Dark World.
I would love it if they just swerved everything and made Betsy Ross from the Hulk movie.
If they made her
Hulk.
Red Hulk.
If she was She-Hulk, that
If
would
she
be
was Pink
so
Hulk.
good.
It says Thor: Love and Thunder with Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, and Natalie Portman. And I think that
Whatever.
I know that I just took a crap on your theory, but
Big old dump. Big old
Hate it.
dookie
But-
dump.
the three
What
things
year is that
are
one
like
coming out?
2021.
God, it feels like that's 2 years from now, but it feels like so long.
But there's going to be
That's in another decade.
Marvel's going to be doing 10 movies
Wow.
in the next 2 years, which is dope. But also, let's talk about this though. Beta Ray Bill.
Word, please.
Here, my theory is that if not Asgard, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Asgard.
pretty
I
much.
hope they call it that.
Oh,
They're not going to. They said they weren't going to.
They will.
No.
They also said they weren't going to kill everyone in Infinity War, but look where we are now.
Why would
about-
they tell anyone that? That's
What
like
about
the whole point.
what if Beta Ray Bill is like they make a movie about him and like at the end they do his like origin, like what like horse he is, and he's like a horse from like one of the older movies, like
He was just in the
just a
background.
random movie. He's in the background.
He's like a Clydesdale at the Kentucky Derby.
He was one of the. He was a horse in Wonder
but
Woman.
we never saw him.
In Wonder Woman.
He's the police horse in New York that you see every time they go to New York.
I love Beta Ray Bill and Thor's meeting story when they meet on that abandoned ship. Have you ever heard it?
I have not.
Here's a little story by Sean. Okay,
Well,
so
that's copyright infringement. This is not Sean's story.
no, it's not my story. It's Marvel's story.
I wrote it, but like it's not.
I'm telling it. Okay, so there's an abandoned ship in space, and Thor gets knocked out by something, and he like lands on that ship. And Beta Ray Bill is the janitor. And like,
Really?
yeah, he's just the janitor on this ship, and it's of his species who has been all wiped out by this random force that Thor is actually fighting, but it knocks Thor out. And then Beta Ray Bill is hiding in a closet, and
this,
Thor is
Phantom
walking
Hourglass?
around on this ship, and he finds Beta Ray Bill, and he's like, "Who are you? Blah, 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 what are you?" And he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, is the thing gone?" And he's like, "No." And then he mentions the thing. He's like, "That's the thing that was just fighting. It knocked me out." And he goes, "Well, I need something to defend it." And then he grabs Thor's hammer off of his waist and flies into the sky. And then Thor's like,
that.
and then Thor gets stuck on this ship, and he just stuck there until Beta Ray Bill comes back with like brand new armor and a new hammer called Stormbreaker and gives Thor back Mjolnir, and he's like, "Thank you." And then he flies off into the sky. And that's the
lives.
first time anyone had ever lifted Mjolnir other than Thor. And it was like such a weird moment because Thor was just stuck on this ship for an entire comic book. And then Beta Ray Bill just comes back at the end. It's actually a 3-comic series.
hilarious.
Because the first one is how they meet. The second one is what Thor does on the ship while Beta Ray Bill is gone. And the third one is how Beta Ray Bill defeats the Thing.
What I'm disappointed with is that
Great
I
story.
wanted so
Super
bad
rare.
for them
Sounds
to do-
good.
Great story.
I wanted them to do Planet Hulk.
Yeah, I think it would be
No.
cool, but...
Planet of the
You shut your
Apes.
mouth. I wanted them to do Planet Hulk just
Shut your
because.
mouth.
Well, okay, what is Planet Hulk that you're thinking of? Because there's a couple different stories.
Are you thinking Planet Hulk or World War Hulk?
World War Hulk would be dope, but it would ruin the cinema.
No.
Planet
I'm talking
Hulk.
about Planet Hulk.
And it would
Wait,
undo
wait,
all the
isn't-
progress
isn't
Bruce
Planet-
Banner's
have you
characters
seen the
made.
Planet Hulk movie?
Isn't it Planet
Yeah.
Hulk? Isn't it Maestro? Isn't Maestro the?
Maestro's World War Hulk.
Oh, okay.
It was the like in
World
Planet
War
Hulk.
Hulk is when he takes over the world because he's evil, and then he gives different sections of the world to different superheroes, and they run those sections. And
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
And then
about
he
Planet
ends
Hulk.
up getting defeated by Red Hulk with the Venom symbiote, the Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider, and
Oh yeah,
the
that
Phoenix-
absolute
and the
clusterfuck.
Phoenix
That was
Force.
Weapon H.
Huh?
No, it wasn't. No, Weapon H is different. It
Yeah.
was great.
No, Planet Hulk is when they send the Hulk into space, and he like breaks loose.
Hold on.
Like real.
He's just sitting there.
He's just sitting there.
Just chilling.
Okay, so World War Hulk. Yeah, that's what that is. And then like there's the symbiote and all that stuff.
Planet Hulk is when they sent the Hulk away,
The Illuminati sends him away, right?
Yeah.
and he's on a Tony Stark jet, and like he breaks loose and changes the course of where he's going, and he lands on this planet.
Where he becomes a gladiator.
He
right?
becomes a gladiator.
I thought they already
It's
did
almost
that.
kind of like what they did with Ragnarok, kind of. But what happens is there's a prophecy that the Hulk, that somebody's going to show up and be what's called the Sicarson, basically a savior. And then like he gets put into this battle arena and can't leave. He has to win like 5 battles in order to get out. And that's where Korg and Meek were introduced in the animated series. They put Korg and Meek in there, and
I think if they did that,
I remember that
it would
cartoon
kind
logo.
of be like
It'd have to be an alternate universe.
people
thing.
would be like, "Wait a minute, this already happened."
no, but I'm saying if they'd have done it earlier, it would have been cool. But,
Yeah.
But the 5th battle he has to fight Beta Ray Bill in the cartoon, and it was cool as crap.
I watched that. Yeah, I
And the
saw
Hulk literally beats the ever living shit out of him.
that at first.
No, he beats the shit out of him.
He beats it and wins.
Yeah, he wins the fight hands down. But and the crazy part about it is Beta Ray Bill was like his face is all jacked up, but he gets up like nothing happened, and you see he's got Stormbreaker. It was really cool. But I mean, to have Thor and
be sick.
Beta Ray Bill in the same film, I think would be awesome.
It would be good. We'd have
So,
to see
is there
at
any
least a
other
little bit of a
announcements?
scuffle.
Yeah, are there any other movies announced? We're getting around that time.
No,
No more yet.
just the teaser for Black. Just said
Oh yeah, the
Black Panther,
teasers.
Captain Marvel 2, Fantastic Four, and Mutants.
So, what are your guys' predictions for the rest of the MCU? Because I personally think they could go one of 3 routes, but they might just do all 3. I think they're going to try to do Secret Wars with the Skrulls being the good guys and the Kree being the bad guys, like flipped from the original story. Illuminati with like Doctor
Well,
Strange
the
and
bad
Shang-Chi.
guys are just who you think who.
Yeah, but then they could also do the Illuminati with Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, Black Panther, Namor if they announce him and all that.
What if they do it all at the same time?
Right, and I'm getting to that. And the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man and all of his villains and stuff, since we
I
know
hope they do
Mysterio
that
now.
one.
Or they could do it all at the same time.
Yes.
He stares vigorously at Philip. No, but I definitely think the Illuminati is something that they could definitely put on their plate because they'll have Shang-Chi, they'll have Doctor Strange, they'll have Black Panther, they might have Namor, and they'll have Reed Richards. And if they do the X-Men, then they'll have Professor X.
Yeah.
That's not the 6 original members of
But
it.
that's a very strong roster right there.
But if you take out Shang-Chi and you put Tony Stark in his place and then add Black Bolt, that's the original Illuminati. Just take out Black Bolt and replace Tony Stark with Shang-Chi and you have a new Illuminati.
yeah, I think it's
The-
going
the
to be.
other
I
5
think it's going to be a
members are the
very
founding
long
members.
time before they ever even think about trying anything with the Inhumans.
I
Yeah,
agree. I agree.
because
that
listen-
TV show was garbage.
Oh
How-
boy, was it not good?
How dumb would that dog look? In,
Lockjaw.
how dumb would it look in the Marvel Cinematic Universe CGI? Can he fly?
It would probably look about as dumb as the Watchers did in Guardians 2 in credit scene.
They had kind of an appeal.
Can
to
we?
them,
Can
though.
they?
I thought
can
they
he
were
fly?
good, and that's
Can
my
Lockjaw
point.
fly?
I don't think he would be a bad look in Marvel
I don't
Cinematic
think
Universe.
he can't fly, but
Yeah, he
as soon as
can.
you touch him, he teleports you.
He's like a port key from Harry Potter.
Okay. Well,
Jinx.
he would. Like I was imagining him being able to fly,
Sure.
and that would look so dumb. This dog just
so
like
funny.
having no wings or no look of
Away.
means to fly would look so dumb. It would be just like
He's a big old bulldog. His paws are just like flying out like this.
He's just doggy styling it in the air.
What do y'all
Doggy
think is
style?
going to happen with the rest
You
of the
said
MCU?
doggy
Well,
style?
We got about
maybe.
5 more minutes to
I had
talk
to
about
squeeze
it.
it
so-
somewhere.
I just wonder, since because obviously they're gonna have to have another Avengers movie at some point. But I'm just wondering.
You think?
Well, I mean, they'd have to because.
It's going to probably be called the New Avengers.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, how are they gonna? I know they're stronger villains than Thanos, but how are they gonna outdo what happened? Because he killed half the universe.
That's gonna be.
brought it
I'd say
back.
that's definitely gonna be the
I
biggest
thought he just
challenge.
killed half of Earth.
Is topping
Is
what Thanos
getting a
did.
villain that could like compare
no. He
to
brought
Thanos.
Like
Just
I
like
think-
having
okay, look,
doing something in
comic
event
book-
that
doing
would
something
have as
that
much
has
impact
that
as
much
that.
impact. Yeah.
Comic book Thanos has nothing on movie Thanos. First of all, movie Thanos was
It's so
a
much stronger than
big baddie.
Oh yeah.
But
However,
then again,
there are a lot of Marvel villains.
Comic Thanos is also a baddie because
Oh, yeah,
listen,
sure.
Thanos
listen,
just wants to
literally,
kill everybody.
His literal goal, the only goal he has after this snap, you don't know what it is?
becomes
To
a
fuck
Bone
death.
death.
Yeah,
humble farmer.
That is absolutely the most badass thing ever.
all he wants to do is hook up with Death, and Deadpool said,
And Deadpool's like, "Ha, ha,
that's
ha,
my wife."
Mine.
But guess what?
And Death is like,
Thanos can't kill
I love
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Thanos is the one that put Deadpool's curse on him, right?
Yeah, made him immortal.
I think that's right.
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
Thanos car.
And it made him immortal so he could never meet death.
Yep.
Oh yeah, isn't the Thanos copter
Well, no,
like
no,
canon?
So that
He
he can
did
never
meet death.
permanently be with death.
He did meet Death.
Yeah, but
He's
then
met her.
He
countless
can never be
times.
with her.
yeah,
Yeah.
he could never be with her.
Remember when Deadpool was with Shikla, like the goddess of the
Yeah,
underworld?
I have that comic,
It's-
The Wedding of Deadpool.
Mhm. It's really good, but
What a
like
good time.
Oh yeah.
How short-lived was that relationship, though?
I don't remember. Not long.
Connery, you got any opinions?
Nope. I'm enjoying just listening to you guys talk about it. Bunch of nerds.
That means he's bored.
Damn.
Okay, well, we're getting around to the end
Speaking
of our
of
podcast.
nerds, I run a group called Nerds of the Galaxy, and
Whoa.
we're having a meetup August 31st at Multiverse Comics on Southside Parkersburg. It'll be from noon to 8 p.m., maybe a little later, depending on how long the Smash tournament goes. But there will be cosplay contests.
Sponsored by SuperStuff Studios.
You heard that
there
random
will be podcasts that'll be going on.
Sponsored by SuperStuff Studios.
And I don't mean to get any hype going around it, but there's a rumor that Robert Downey Jr. might be there.
Shut your mouth. But
That-
James
that's
Patrick.
confidential, it's confidential.
James Patrick will be there. Like, actually, he will be there. We have James
So-
Patrick coming to do some comic book
He's going to
signings.
sign some comics.
He's one of the illustrators for Batman.
I figured.
So you heard that? Presumably random people that will hear this across the world. Dox us.
I have about 400.
Dox us?
I have about 400 weekly viewers, so you're actually talking to people.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't have like.
Don't actually dox
people.
us, but I mean, if you're living in India somewhere, come down to Multiverse.
Living la vida loca.
Get that plane ticket.
Yeah,
How
man.
about Cal?
That'll be
Come
fun.
on over.
We got a lot of people coming from
I don't
out of
want
state.
to. I don't want to like step on any toes here, or
He can't step on any toes. His leg is
well,
broken.
that's different. But we want to talk about work. I don't mean to step on any toes here, but there is a rumor also about this meetup. I might be there
No way.
No,
fucking way.
Philip
Come on,
Essenmacher.
What?
In the fanny pack?
in the fanny
Oh my! Oh my God! I'm
Jesus
jittery. I'm
Christ.
jittery. I'm jittery.
Hey guys, now that my identity's been given to the whole world,
Dox him.
um,
Don't.
Dox it.
Spider-Man is going to be at this.
Wait, the
meetup.
real Spider-Man?
Yeah,
In the fanny pack?
in the fanny pack.
Holy hell!
Okay.
I think the real question will be... I can't say it. I can't because she'll kill us.
Then don't say it. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to Super Stuff. Check us out every Sunday. We release episodes. This episode is going to be coming out on a Saturday because I'm going to upload it here in about 20 minutes. But thank you for listening to us. Please check out Nerds of the Galaxy on Facebook. Become a member and come to our event. And go check out Xavier's podcast for gifted listeners. It's hosted by Grace Shockey.
My beautiful girlfriend, wife thing.
There's about 5 episodes up
Wife.
right now, and you can go and listen to those. And as soon as she gets out of the hospital, she'll release some more.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to Super Toes.
Super toes.
Super Stuff. I'm Sean Price.
I'm Anthony Frontino.
I'm Philip Essenmacher.
I'm George Hines.
And I'm Tondre Franklin.
And you've been listening to...
Super Stuff, yeah!